informative material suitable for mature audiences only. Please note all names have been changed to protect the guilty parties involved. Any and all likeness to those mentioned are completely intentional. No dicks were harmed in the making of this comedy show, at least none that we know of. Welcome to Addicted! Oh yeah!
Hey, Shark, guess what? What? I got someone. Oh, Jesus, what? It's just every time you meet somebody, you get super addicted to them. No, you don't. Yes, you do.
Okay, we'll name them.
Okay, how about Mike the Carney?
All right, you were complaining when we got to go to the state fair for free all summer long.
That's beside the point. Oh, I got it. How about the volunteer firefighter?
He had a big hose. Can you blame him?
He didn't get paid.
It doesn't matter. This
Oh,
guy
I
is
got
different.
Loser. Oh, is he?
Yeah, I looked at him so deep in his eyes. I looked and I always said to him twice.
When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Stalking you online on social.
What a funny thing for me to try to explain. Well, I know your great grandma's middle name. Edith.
Because of you, I'm on your brain. Now, you don't pick up the phone when it rings.
Got me looking so crazy right now. This love's got me feeling so crazy right now.
Is that love?
It's something you on Facebook right now. Now who the fuck is Sarah? What you like me notion? So crazy right now. This love's made me feeling so crazy right now. I know it's not love, but it feels like love. I'm a golden planet in love. Oh, 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 no, no. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no, no. Oh, my God.
What?
I'm doing it. I just met him and I'm all out of love.
I told you, Carrie. You never listen to me. That's it. No dicks.
Huh?
No dick pics.
What?
No sexting.
Why?
No texting. Because you're distracted. Seriously? No more letting these guys into the giant village. Shut it down. You gotta do this.
I don't think I can.
You gotta do it. I'll do it with you.
You gotta play.
We just got video games.
Okay.
Hey guys, I couldn't find the mic. Sorry for the long blackout. So my name is Libby. As a child, I was very adventurous, or reckless, you could say, depending on how you want to frame it. And my parents were very free spirits, or neglectful, just again, depending on how you want to frame it. So this all added up to me. By the time I was 4, I had ridden my bike down the stairs and broken my arm. I stuck my finger in the cigarette lighter in the car and lit my finger on fire. And I also opened up the door and just like rolled out of a moving vehicle, just like for fun. I don't know why. So you would think like as I got older, I would learn like consequences and cause and effect, but I didn't. Now instead of sticking my finger in cigarette lighters, I stick them in random men's buttholes. With consent, of course, hashtag consent with butt play, always. So anyway, I have a few stories for you guys tonight of times I went home with people that I didn't know. The first one, and by the way, they all involve me wearing costumes and like having face paint. I don't really know what that's about. So the first time it was Halloween and I was dressed as Wally, the little robot guy, and I had like this very elaborate costume with the little wheels. So I was at a bar with my friends and I hear, Wally. And I look across the bar and I'm like, Eva. And he was like real cute and real nerdy. And I was like, yeah, treat yourself, girl. This is going to happen tonight. So I went home with him and he was kind of weird, but I was like into it. And so he was like, do you want to play naked air guitar? And I was like, okay, why not? I was in college, that's what you do. So he like took off his clothes except for his socks, which another tip here, like, when you're doing sexy stuff, like take off your socks always. It's weird. It's weird to just have socks on. So anyway, we started playing naked air guitar to Rat-a-tat. Do you know who Rat-a-tat is? It's like this band that's just for high people. It just plays the same beats over and over again, like, and it like adds a layer with like another instrument each time. It's so annoying. So he starts blasting that, and we're like naked air guitaring, and I'm like, I think I'm into this. I don't know, just like playing along with it. All of a sudden, a cop car comes by, shines all these flashlights into our, like, trying to figure out which window the loud music is coming out from, and like the sirens are on. We're like, fuck, and we like duck down below the window, and the cop car like drives away. We turn off the music. I spent the night anyway, even though it was weird as hell, because back then there weren't smartphones and there was not Uber. So basically, like, it was safer to stay in a strange man's bedroom than it was to like walk home alone at 3 in the morning back then. So I stayed over. A second time this happened, oh boy. So I was actually at a bar because I was annoyed with my roommate. We were fighting and I didn't want to be home. So I went to see this bluegrass band play. This is in Boulder. And this guy is like eyeing me, and he comes up to me and he's like, did you know that I was Justin Timberlake's snowboard instructor? I was like, what? Is that your pickup line? Like, oh my God. But of course it was like cool. It was good at snowboarding, and like totally had a stupid conversation with him. Then he was like, do you want to go do a bump in the bathroom? And I was like, I don't know what that means, but like, you go to the bathroom, I'm not coming. I didn't know if it was sexual or drugs. Now I think it means cocaine. So anyway, we went out, and he was like, let's go to another bar. And then when we got to the other bar out front, he was like, I want to know if you're a good kisser. Otherwise, I'm not going to spend any more time with you tonight. And I was like, okay. Like, I was in such a bad fight with my roommate that I was like, whatever, let's just see where this night goes. I want to not go home till she's asleep. Remember those days when you had to like hide from your roommate? So anyway, we ended up going home. He did coke in the bathroom. He's like staying in a hotel because he lived in Vail. He did coke in the bathroom and then like fell asleep in his boxer. Like, it was so weird. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna leave now. So I just like walked out of his hotel room. So again, if you're keeping track, neither of these times I tried to get laid did I actually have sex. The third time, I was studying abroad in New Zealand, and I was really into this guy. He lived 2 apartments over. His name was Garrett, and he played the saxophone. And he was like really cute. We'd been flirting for a while, and then he it was a monster party, so I was dressed as a spider. Like, I had full on like 8 big black legs and like extra eyeballs on my face. He was a zombie with like a ripped shirt and like blood on his face. So we go back to my apartment, and by the way, like 8 girls had gotten ready for this like themed party in my room. If you've ever seen like 8 women getting ready, there's like glitter and like bras and just like like just shit everywhere, makeup, like face paint. So I was like, fuck, this guy thinks I'm a total slob. I was like, I promise it's not mine. We're like in my bedroom, and I'm saying things in my room aren't mine. I was trying to impress him, which is dumb, because clearly like I'm way cooler than him. So anyway, he like doesn't want to like really hook up, and he's kind of just like has this like weird whiskey dick situation going on. I'm like trying to be a good girl because I want him to like me. So he falls asleep. I like go into the bathroom to masturbate, as women do when men can't please us and we're too horny, because we were just like making out in our beds, and like, we're like, wow, I can't go to sleep. So the next morning, this is the weirdest fucking thing. There was a banana. I like draw on fruit because I think it's cute to like give them little faces and arms and like have them say things. So I had a banana next to my bed, and it was just like had a cute little face on it. And he like wakes up and he's like, hey, I have this girlfriend that I'm just not over yet. She used to draw faces on fruit and give them to me between classes, and like this is just a sign, and like we can't be together because clearly I'm not over my ex. Like, what are the chances you also draw faces on fruit? I feel like I'm just attracting this into. And I was like, dude, I don't give a shit. I'm not trying to marry you. Like, get out of my room. Like, I don't need this like 5-minute long explanation on why you don't want to be with me. So he left. There was like his weird like face paint and like fake blood all over my pillow. Again, third time was not the charm. I did not have sex with him. And this like is just a thing that always happens to me. It's really hard for me to ever actually get laid. So if anyone wants to meet me outside the green room, let me know. We can like smear each other's face paint on each other's pillows and like not have sex, because that seems to be what happens. Thank you guys very much. That's my time.
What's up, y'all? Hey. My name is Taquita. I have a sister named Shaquita. We are not twins. My brother's name is Tyrone. Then the baby of the family, right? The last one, Allison. And y'all, my mama got clean and sober. That's what she was like, one of these kids gonna make it. No, we're all successful except Allison. She a crackhead. No, we all have college degrees. But it's only because of the way my mom raised us. And my mom is 25 years clean and sober. And whenever we would get out of line growing up, she would just threaten to relapse. Like, I gotta come in that room one more time and your homework not done. Somebody gonna bring me a belt. And a syringe. She was like, come on, let's do 2 times 2. Come on, Allison, learn your arithmetic. Allison was the bougie one. She thought she was better than us because she has a good name. I had to remind her. I was like, look, you were 1 margarita away from being a marquita, so get your Now, I celebrate the fact that my mom got clean. She went to a 12-step program. I just want y'all to understand how different it is growing up in a household with a recovery mom. Like, for example, all my motherly advice is based on the 12 steps. I remember my first heartbreak. Y'all, it was a dude named Antoine. But for some reason, all the dudes I ever messed with names was Antoine. They were just spelled differently. A-N-T-W-O-N, E-N-T-W-O-N, like a slash over the O because that makes Twan for some reason. But then, like, all the other girls, right, in the neighborhood, they were learning how to, like, bust windows and slash tires when dudes broke their heart. But since I grew up in a household with a recovery mom, my mom's in a peaceful state. So my advice is one of the 12 steps. She said, well, baby, step 1 say you just need to admit that you powerless. What? Taquita just go on and make amends. But he cheated. What the fuck? I feel like I got the short end of the stick. Like, I feel like because my mom used to do drugs, she should have taught me some top secret ways on how to get back at a dude. Like maybe like how to bury a body without actually digging or some shit like that. You know? Like I want to know the tricks is what I'm saying. And then other stuff growing up in a household with a recovery mom. Learning how to pray was different. Like I'm pretty sure the first prayer God learned was that cute that now lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. You might have a teddy bear under your arm or something. Different in a household with a recovery mom to learn how to pray. She said, kids, come join hands in a circle. I said, come on, Allison. Now bow your head. Let's have a moment of silence for those who's out there still suffering. God, grant me the serenity to, wait, hold on, serenity? Like I knew what serenity was. As a kid, y'all thought it was a Barbie. I was like, Mom, don't forget to pray for Ken. She gonna need a man to make amends with. Then sometimes the prayers were inappropriate as kids. We didn't understand exactly what she was talking about. It's like, Lord, I want to send a special prayer out there for Ronnie out there in the streets. I heard they had a bad batch of shit out there. Cover him, Lord. Like, Mom, who is Ronnie? And what is a bad batch? Is somebody making cookies? We're not going to get this damn serenity doll we've been praying for 2 years. Like, Lord, are you going to answer my prayers? I've been a good girl, I promise. It's crazy, though. Like, it's crazy because my mom uses the fact that she's in recovery as an advantage to negate doing things that she shouldn't do. So I can wear saying no. I'm from Chicago and I went home for Christmas and I needed a ride from the airport. I called my mom. Well, she has the same when she says, like, I'm not going to let you fuck up my recovery. Like, that's her thing. So I get off the plane. I'm like, I need a ride home. And my mom's like, oh, what time? I said 5:30. She's like, well, you know Steve Harvey on at that time. You can't find a way to quit it. You're going to have to find a way. I'm not going to let you fuck up my recovery. Like, picking me up from the airport is going to mess your recovery up. What else? Y'all, just how I grew up. I can't help it. I grew up in a household where you could tell where people worked based on what there was a lot of in the house. Like, we didn't consider it stealing. It was like hooking the family up. My sister worked at McDonald's. We just had a refrigerator full of apple pies. My My brother worked at FedEx Kinko's. We just had different color resume paper just stacked up to the living room. Then when I became a nurse, I brought home travel size everything, lotion, body wash, baby powder. Pretty much the whole welcome to the hospital kit. I turned it to the Oprah of the family. Like I brought home patient belonging bags full of goodies for everybody. It's like, you get a bag, pussies for everybody. Before I go, being a nurse is hard, primarily because everybody want to hook up. My mom called me at work and was like, do you think you could bring a couple cases of flu shots for your sister baby shower? You just gonna set a table up and you can just do your thing. They asked me to bring home methadone. Jerry, you trying to get off heroin? Like, dog, niece, try to get off these cigarettes. Methadone help with heroin. Imagine what it can do for nicotine. You got a point there. And then dudes, thugs, they always ask me for extraordinary stuff. One dude, he asked me, he was like, hey, you think you could bring your brother the clear machine home? I was like, the clear machine? He was like, yeah, Ma, you know to revive them. Clear? You mean the defibrillator? All right, y'all, this is my time on Taquita Love. Enjoy the rest of the show.
I'm feeling myself. I'm some hood girls looking back at it, and a good girl in my tax break. Got a black card and let's sex have it. These Chanel bags is a bad habit.
I love you, always, forever. Near or far, closer together. I love you, always, forever. Near or far, closer together. Everywhere I will be with you. Everything. Everything I will do for you. I love you, always, forever, near and far, closer together. Everywhere I will be with you. Everything I will do for you. Say you'll always love me forever. I will go and have your babies. You can come in my bed. I love you oh so much every time.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up! You just met homeboy 2 hours ago.
I like to call this the story of Shar. Age 5, kindergarten. While wearing a big poofy dress, I flashed my tiny vagina to some boys sitting on the other side of the table. The look on their faces thrilled me. Age 6, first grade. A fellow classmate, Tyrell, told me I had a big one while pointing at my vagina. This was the day I realized my vagina's huge. Age 10, I first experienced feeling sexually aroused while watching Silver Spoons. It confused me too. Age 11, I started flashing my tits to girls in school. Age 12, I started playing with myself regularly and also regularly feared that I was pregnant by my own hand. There's nothing like fearing that you've knocked yourself up. Age 16, got my first boyfriend. Yes. Kisses so good that my underwear were like a slip and slide. Age 16, lost my first boyfriend. Couldn't process the hurt. Projectile vomited hot dogs. Age 18, discovered porn. Never made it to work on time again. Age 19, Finally got some cunnilingus. You know what that is. He bit me right in the clitoris. I wrote about it in my journal. My mom read that shit. That was a fun conversation. Age 20, spent 6 months trying to find the right sized vibrator for my deceptively tiny vagina. Decided to get a P.O. box. My mom found that shit. She thought I was mailing meth to myself. I told her that the P.O. box was so I could get financial aid. Whew, close call. Age 21, got really sick. Had to go to the hospital, had to get brain surgery. My lovely mom cleaned my room. She found my vibrator. That was a fun conversation. Age 24, discovered the world of carrots. That is what you think it is. Age 27, lost my virginity in an apartment above a used car lot. Sex was bad. Guy was bad. I got attached because my vagina's stupid. Age 29, got my first black boyfriend. Ouch. Age 30, met a really hot guy, tall, dark, dreadlocks, a real hot cup of chocolate. You know, the good die, the kind. He flew me out to Atlanta. One night, while listening to the Black Eyed Peas, we drank absinthe. We started making out. I went down on him. I threw up on his dick. Oopsie. Age 31, met a really sweet guy. He was on parole, and then one day while I was driving, he broke up with me via text message. I smashed into a Mercedes. They sued me. I should have sued that motherfucker. Oh, age 31, met a really, really, really nice guy. He called me every day. He didn't play mind games with me. He treated me like a goddess. It confused me, and I broke up with him. So that concludes my tales, because, folks, I have stopped aging. Thank you.
Hey. Hi. I'm good, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I had a really good time too. Oh, no, I know. Those meatballs were amazing. I can't believe you got them. Yeah. I know, I didn't want them. Oh, thank you. Oh. Yeah. No, me too. I had a really good time. Lindsay? No, she's at the gym. Yeah. I know, dedicated, right? No, she's super cool. Yeah, she's great. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've known her since college, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sure, of course. Yeah, I'll leave her a message. Okay. No, I don't know. I don't know when she's coming back. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, I mean, she's so funny. I know. Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. No, she loves Universal Studios. Yeah.
Oh, this.
Oh, yeah, totally. Wait, hold on. Come here. No, she'll get it. Okay. Yeah. No, I'll tell her. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, bye.
Sang that entire song. That's my whole thing. Immediately I graduated college, I moved to New York with like huge dreams of making it as a famous actress on the Broadway stage. And I was hired immediately as a bartender at the Battery Park Applebee's, because the only thing sadder than working at an Applebee's is working at the one directly across the street from 9/11, so that's where I was. Great. And also working there was this waiter named Michael. Michael was a dick, so immediately I was attracted to this fucking guy. And he was my first adult relationship. And how that kind of happened was we started hanging out, and we became friends, and then we became roommates, and then we became roommates who fucked, and then it was kind of like, well, we did the thing where it was like, well, we're living together and we're having sex, so we might as well be a couple. Great, fine, we're just going to do this until it falls apart, inevitably. Michael liked to party a lot. Michael did a lot of drugs. Michael had spent the previous 4 years, instead of going to college, he traveled the world partying and waiting tables in various places, and eventually he made his way to New York where we met. He did not do a lot of sleeping or a lot of being sober. He did a lot of working and then a lot of smoking weed and ecstasy and cocaine and heroin. And I have a type, wow, that's a weird thing to like figure out in front of a group of people. Like my type is like tall, dark, and heroin. Great, awesome. And like I said, he was kind of a dick and just had kind of like a weird sarcastic way of like being. But even friends eventually started coming up to me and being like, he's being more than a dick, he's being kind of weird, right? Like, Michael's really starting to get kind of weird. And it being my first adult relationship when I was 21, and I really desperately wanted this to work for some reason, I was just like in denial city, and I was like, no, it's fine, what? He's not weird, everything's wonderful, ha! And things kind of escalated until finally one day, he left for work, and then called me 2 hours later to let me know, baby, I'm in San Francisco. And it's so beautiful here and so sunny and all of the people are so nice. And I was like, you've definitely never been to San Francisco, okay? B, I can kind of feel some of you doing the mental math. And no, you cannot leave your door in New York and even get through security at LaGuardia in 2 hours, let alone end up in San Francisco. So I go, okay, baby, why don't you tell me what San Francisco looks like? And he goes, oh, the Twin Towers are rising high above the park. And I go, okay, I know exactly where you are. You're at Columbus Circle and 60th. That's where the Time Warner Center is, and it consists of 2 towers, and that's where the entrance to the park is. And I was like, okay, baby, you know what? You stay in San Francisco, and I'll come get you. He goes, okay. So I book it to where I think he is, and I miraculously find him in Central Park, and I bring him home. We get home, and he sits down, and he goes, baby, I have some numbers for you. 3, 24, 36, 27, 97, 312. These are all biblical numbers and they'll help you. Jesus was a 3. I was like, Jesus was a 10, first off. Jesus was a 3. 3 is a biblical number, it'll save you. And I'm, like I said, my 21-year-old self was just like, I don't know what to do! So he eventually goes to the bathroom and I grab his flip phone at the time that did not have a passcode on it, and I go outside and I call his mom and I go, hey, you don't know who I am, I'm sure, but I'm dating your son and this is happening. And she goes, oh dear. This same thing happened with his sister a few years ago. See, schizophrenia runs in our family, and they were from Oregon, so his sister did a lot of meth, and apparently drugs can trigger schizophrenia. So, realizing the severity of the situation, she goes, I'll get on the next flight out there as soon as I can to New York. I was like, okay, great. Next people I called were the cops, who said they couldn't do anything about it because he had not harmed me or anyone else yet. They could tow my car twice in fucking one day, but they can't come deal with my going crazy boyfriend. So I come back inside, and he had heard the entire conversation from the window, and he was just like, you're the devil, fuck you, you're selling me out. And he starts taking off down 33rd Street in Astoria. And me, I'm like, I'm not athletic, but for love, great, I can try, wonderful. So I take off after him. I lose him. I eventually find him because once he hits Queens Boulevard, he decided to strip down naked. Oh. And just start grabbing random people and let them know, celebrate the good news that we're all free, be free, strip naked with me and be free. I follow him down Queens Boulevard, and he eventually ends up in the MTA rail yards, where he is at the edge of the East River, stark naked, screaming for all of the buildings in Manhattan to uproot themselves and follow him. Yeah, fucked up. But the good thing is that now he's trespassed on the corporate property, so now the cops will do something. Yay! So eventually EMTs and cops show up and kind of roll him up in this like giant heavy
heavy blankets, and he's just like a screaming naked burrito person, and they throw him into an ambulance. And the good thing is that they brought him directly to Elmhurst Hospital and just kind of like 5150'd him there and like booked him and did all of his shit there instead of taking him to the jail. So the next 2 weeks consisted of me and his mom visiting him every day, trying to get him to recognize who the fuck we were. And the doctors kind of like fucking with his medication and trying to get a combination that eventually worked that would snap him back into reality. And eventually it worked, and 2 weeks later he did realize, oh my god, that was fucking terrible and I want to do that again. I'm saying that great. His mom takes him back home to Oregon. A few months later, once he's feeling better, as he is an adult and his mom kind of can't really stop him, he decides, you know what, I feel like moving to Miami. Now, if you're really not supposed to do drugs, Miami is not the place to go, man. No. So he was there we kept in touch. We emailed back and forth and stuff. And then a few months after him being in Miami, he was like, do you want to come down here for New Year's? And I was like, sure, I'll come visit you, great, whatever. I go down there, he's partying. I tell him, maybe you shouldn't be partying. He gets mad, we get in an argument. I go back up to New York, I'm like, fuck this. A week later, I get a call from his mom saying, hey, have you heard from Michael? And I'm like, no, why? She goes, well, apparently he tried to board a plane at Miami-Fort Lauderdale Airport, screaming, I need to see Nikki, I need to see Nikki. No ticket, no luggage, nothing. Gets arrested again. His mother had to go down and grab him again, except that this time, he's banned from the state of Florida. Do you know what you have to do to get banned from the state of Florida? Well, he did it! So she took him back home, and long story short, this time he never recovered. And the past 10 years have been basically every 6 months, my phone will ring with either his mom wanting to know if I know where he is because she can't find him, or him wanting to know where I am, or a parole officer in Colorado wanting to know if I know where he is. And I don't. And the thing is that I would change my number, but every casting director in LA has this number, so I'm just going to kind of have to deal with the insanity of this business while also dealing with the insanity of my ex-boyfriend, I guess. Thanks.
It's irrational. The truth I try to ignore, but I can't anymore. Oh, I've got to do that. What's left but some bullshit oxytocin? What's left? Got to do with it. My heart takes its love, but I know we're just love's driving me insane. Check this out. Oh, I drive 40 minutes just to get some, and your erection's not that great. Oh, what I've got to do it. What love, put some fucking oxytocin. What love, got to do. I'm not doing anything.
So Carrie was like, hey, do you want to do a show about being addicted to dick? And I was like, does the Pope shit in the woods? Yes! I want to do that show. Because I am. I'm addicted to dick. Now, I'm a married woman. But back before I met my teeny tiny husband, he's 5'4", I'm 6'7". I dated exclusively on Grindr, tip of the hat. And I got myself into a ton of trouble. Dick has always gotten me in trouble my whole life. It's just what Dick does. And I decided to put together like a little treehouse of horrors of stories for you tonight to tell about Dick. The first one is called Shoulda Gone Home. I was at the Abbey with some friends, drinking it up, boozing, bar closed. I wasn't ready to go home, so I turned on Grindr and I was like, let's see who's about. And I started chatting with this guy, and I was like, hey, and he was like, hey, and I was like, do you want company? And he was like, sure. Like, literally, that was our conversation. So I walked to his house from the Abbey, and I get there, and he's completely deaf. Not that there's anything wrong with that, not at all, but like, I wasn't prepared, And so I was like, well, I can't hurt people's feelings, so let's go upstairs. We go up to his teeny, tiny attic apartment. Like, I literally had to walk to the bed like this. Because he lived above a garage in West Hollywood, probably for $5,000 a month. And we get to the bed, and we're kissing and whatever, and then he takes off his hearing aids, his, like, giant Princess Leia hearing aids. He takes them off his head and puts them on the side table and keeps kissing my neck. And then he goes, do you like that, baby? And I was like, no, sir, I do not. Because I just wasn't in the mood, right? And he goes, yeah, do you like that, baby? And I was like, no. And he's like, yeah, you like that, don't you, baby? He could not hear me answer him at all, right? So I was like, well, wait, now's my opportunity for free therapy. Because sometimes you just need to say things out loud to strangers to feel better about your life. So I let it all out. I was like, I hate my job. I'm not talking to my best friend right now. My dog died 5 years ago, and I still cry about her every day. Like, I said it all to this guy, right? So we finished up, and he put his hearing aids back on, and, we walked back out of the apartment. And we get down to the gate at the bottom of the driveway, and we, shake hands, and we're like, see you later. We'll never see him later. And he goes, as I'm walking away, he goes, sorry about your dog. He heard everything that I said to him. He heard it all. It's like you have some kind of weird fetish where you like to trick people to thinking he can't hear them, and then they tell him secrets. And I did. I fell for it. I should have gone home. The second story is called, Wait, I Know You. I grew up on a farm outside of St. Louis in a teeny tiny town, right? And when Grindr first started on iPhones, I was like, no one in Warrenton, Missouri is going to have an iPhone. But let's turn on Grindr and see who's home, So I was there for Christmas, and it was like, I turned it on, and one profile in my teeny tiny farm town was there, and it was just a torso, a very attractive torso, but just a torso in his profile pic. And I started chatting with him, and I was like, hey, can I get a face pic so I see what you look like? And he's like, oh, small town, And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm on vacation. So we keep chatting, and eventually I was like, oh, we should have sexy tones. He's like, come over at midnight, that's when the wife goes to bed. Oh. And I was like, oh, I can't. And then I was like, wait, no, I'm on vacation. I don't live in this town anymore. This could be like a fun, porny story. I'm gonna go, right? So I go over to his house, and I was like, wait, this is my parents' best friend's neighborhood. Oh, that's Linda's house right there. So they were neighbors, and I was like, ooh, driving my mom's car. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but I was like, you know what? No, it'll be a fun story. I see him on his front porch, and he's like in a bathrobe. And he points to the garage, which is like open to here, maybe? And he just points at it and goes in the house. And I was like, oh, I'm supposed to crawl into that garage door. And I did it. Because I love Dick. And I get in there, and I crawl under the door, and he's standing between the family car and the work car. And his robe is open, and the light adjusts, and I'm like, oh, wait, I know you. You're my high school band teacher, Mr. Ponder. But again, I can't hurt feelings and be weird, so I followed through. And as soon as I touched him, he Forrest Gumped all over his legs and robe. And then I smiled and left. And he doesn't remember me. I certainly remember him. That was bad. Okay, I should not have done that. Needless to say, he did have a stroke and lives in what they call a waking coma now, and I think his wife keeps him alive to punish him for being gay. Anyway, that's an opinion of mine. But the third story the worst story I like to call. So, I was out at the Eagle in Silver Lake, which is like a leather daddy piss fetish bar. And I was at the Eagle on Grindr with some friends, and then we went to a house party on Grindr, and this guy was like, "Oh, I saw you at the Eagle." And I was like, "Why didn't you say anything?" And we're chatting, and he was like, "It's my birthday and I'm alone." And I was like, "No one should be alone on their birthday." So I invited my friends to go back to the Eagle to meet him, and he said his name was Jonathan, and he was like kind of cute and whatever, and we were like feeling it. We kind of got turned, and then we went back to the party with Jonathan, and we're like making out and just being gross, like people that just met 30 seconds ago. And my friends were like, "Get a room," and he's like, "Well, actually, I live close by. We could go back to my place." And I was like, "Okay." We walked to his S10 pickup with a passenger door that was not born on that car, and to keep it closed on the car, you had to put the seatbelt through the handle and then buckle the seatbelt. And I did that willingly, like easy. I was like, "Oh, cool, what a fun fix." We drove about 20 minutes to his apartment, which was full on Fight Club, like trash, dripping brown water. You know when you leave pee in the toilet for 2 weeks and it gets that film on top? That in every sink and toilet in the house. And I was like, whatever. I'm gonna get some beer. And so we go to this sofa that has 0 cushions on it. And we lay down and we're making out and we're getting like hot and heavy. And he kind of like tasted like pennies, but I was like, oh, maybe it's like a high iron diet, you know? He's really sweaty, it must be fun. And I'm just like, oh, this guy tastes like pennies, it's weird, but oh, we're having fun and it's great. And then all of a sudden I hear like footsteps, knocking, flashlights under the door. It was the police. They were knocking on the door. He kept saying his name was Jonathan. They were like, "Is Lucas home?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm here." And I was like, "What? You told me your name was Jonathan." Like, that's when I started to be like, wait a minute. Turns out that Lucas had been squatting in this apartment for months, not paying his rent, and his landlord had kicked him out. And she's downstairs, like, literally in curlers and a pink robe, being like, "Lucas, just pay your rent, Lucas. Just pay your rent, Lucas." And I'm standing there with police, just waiting to be like, "I gotta go. I wanna go, please. Can I go?" They ran my license like I was a criminal. They're like, "I just wanna go. I don't know this man, I just wanna go." And like, during all the commotion, I looked down and there was like a big brown stain on my shirt, but I was like, whatever, I'll deal with that later. Like, cool, I just wanna go. So they like released us. Lucas was never allowed to go back to that place. I went upstairs, grabbed my phone, put my pants back on. Oh, I was pantsless when I was talking to the cops. Put my pants back on, and I was like, "Take me back to my friend's house now." We get back, and I just like push past my friends, and I go into the bathroom, and I look, and apparently he had a nosebleed while we were making out, and I drank a gallon of his nose blood. It was all in my beard and like crusted on my face, which means I talked to the cops that way, so they probably think I'm in a weird clown mouth fetish thing. And then blood all down me. So I on the top was like, I know, vodka's disinfecting. So I just grabbed a bottle of vodka off the bar and poured it over my face and took like a vodka shower. And then I looked at my friends and I was like, "No, we're leaving." And we went home. Yeah. So I switched to Scruff and met my husband, and now I'm happy. Everything's good. I don't get in dick trouble anymore. I'm Todd Masterson. Thank you guys so much.
Hello. My name is Cari Kabinoff, and I am a love addict. I love it. I don't know if any of you guys do this, but after I've dated someone, I like to write what I call my wish list. I like to put all the attributes that I want in my next lover. So I'll write things like funny and handsome and driven and smart and can cook and smells good and has nice friends, likes to go camping. And when usually, because I put it out in the universe, that's what I get. At least that's what I think I get. And one time, I put this out in the universe and I met what I thought was the most amazing man. He was a lawyer. He was a musician. He was self-employed. He could cook. He was funny. He smelled good. His friends were nice. So I was into it. And I remember maybe our second date, he invited me over. And he was like, I want to cook for you. And I was like, that's on my list. And he made me this beautiful spread of like this Bangladeshi food. And I was like, I'm in. And then he took me upstairs and he had a table set out on his patio of my favorite flowers. And I was like, I already know. I love those strawberries on my list. He's like, those are for you. And I'm fingering like Baba Ganoush in my mouth, and he's got Animal Planet playing on his retractable TV. But it's on silent because he's playing Enya off his surround sound stereo system. And I'm ready to do this. But I always fuck shit up because I'm a whore and I like to fuck. And I was like, I'm not gonna fuck you on that first date. Well, I'll tell you what, enough Baba Ganoush and Enya, and my panties were off! But he was a very sensual lover. I'd never been with such a sensual lover. Like, he was smelling my neck and licking my toes and smelling my armpits, and I was like, I am into this! And we make out, and we have sex. And he goes, I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna go get some dessert. So in this moment, while he's downstairs, I'm getting myself kind of like porn ready. You know, I take the sheet, I toss all my hair in the full-length mirror at the end of the bed. I lick my nipple, I get it hard. I take the sheet and I put it over the nipple. You get the nipple hard so that the sheet stays on top of your titty. I don't know who does that trick. So then I'm ready when he comes and it's just like, I'm so aroused and hot. I look good, y'all. And he comes back upstairs with this beautiful plate of strawberries. And he's like, I want to feed these to you. Okay. And now, and he goes, but I'm not going to feed you here. I want to feed you down there. Down there. He wanted to put strawberries in my butt. He wanted to put strawberries in my butt. He wanted me to squeeze them back out into his mouth. Now, I am not a woman who backs down from a challenge. And I would do anything for love. Meatloaf. So, you best be believing I was not deceiving when I turned my butthole around for him to put ginormous strawberries from Ralph's or La Vallarta or maybe the Carceneria, wherever he got that batch of palm-sized strawberries, and let him feed them to me in my anus. I will say this. I was looking at myself in that full-length mirror, ass up, sweating, making deep, deep eye contact. And he kept saying, come on, baby. You can do this. Breathe. Push it out. You got this. You're beautiful. Yes. The only time I want to hear those words in that cadence coming out of my lover's mouth is when I'm giving birth to their child. So, what have we learned today, folks? Baba Ganoush is good. And buy organic. Thank you. I'm Cari Kabinoff. Thank you so much for being here.
Alright, this has been Addicted. Let's have our colleagues. Wilson-Langley.
I'm Cari Kabinoff.
Todd Masterson.
Let's give it up for Miss Darcy and the Booth. Thank you all for coming out on a Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, to my house. Y'all get